What it is, what it do, cyber world. It is your girl, the one, the only, Ash Said It. AshSaidIt.com, AshSaidIt.com. Welcome to the Ash Said It Daily Podcast Show. I appreciate you guys for all of your love and support. Over 1,500 episodes and 500,000 streams worldwide. None of this would be possible without you guys, so I thank you so very much. And yes, we are still living a bit of a pandemic life. And today, we're talking to the founder and CEO of Worldwide Buddies. Hey, Abby.
Hi, how are you?
I am
Thanks
good.
for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us. So, let our audience know, where are you from? Where do you represent?
Where am I from?
Mm-hmm.
I'm originally from Cyprus, which is a small island in the Mediterranean Sea.
Ah, gotcha. So, where do you call home today?
I'm usually based in New York, but I've been in Cyprus for the past 6 months or so now, so I'm kind of in between both places.
Gotcha. All right, so what was the story? What's the story behind Worldwide Buddies? How did it start?
How did it start? Well, I guess I think I first started realizing, how much more there is to what we are exposed to as children and through formal education when I went to study abroad and started meeting all these different people, started learning about all these different ways of living and different perspectives I was never exposed to before. So I think that was when it really kicked in. I ended up doing my master's in education and creative writing in New York, where I started looking for ways to create, how can we create content or educational material for children to be more culturally aware, more open-minded, and particularly through storytelling. So I guess Worldwide, a very, very different version of what Worldwide Buddies is now. But the idea was conceived as part of my master's thesis at graduate school.
Yeah.
And then I think from there I always had in mind that I wanted to pursue it full time. But I think I wasn't ready at the time. I tabled it for some years, worked a bit in publishing, in startups, and then a few years later, I think I just decided to take the leap. Was having dinner with a friend serendipitously and was telling her all about this idea, and she was like, "Oh, you need to talk to my sister," because I was the writer. I was telling her I need someone to do this with who can illustrate. So she put me in touch with her sister. We started talking about it. We said, "Hey, let's try to create a book and see what happens." And then 2.5 years later, here we are.
Yes, that is awesome. So, as you guys collaborated on this first project here, what would you say was the first challenge, the first issue that came up?
Ever? Wow. Where did I start? 1,000 issues ago. Well, I think the very first, not issue. I mean, it was an issue, but I think it was also a big learning was that, when we first started, we thought, let's create an online book for children to see what happens. Let's put it online, because we thought that everything is moving online now.
Yeah.
So, 2 weeks later, we created a questionnaire. We sent it out to all of our, to all of our contacts and to some Facebook groups. And from there, what we thought was a questionnaire where we were trying to gather information about what they would like to see in the book and what not. Turned out to be a questionnaire where oh no, actually all these people still want physical books for their children. So I think it was just the first understanding of how strong feedback and listening to your audience or your potential customers is, and that no matter what you decide, you'll always need to be able to adjust, to listen to feedback, to listen to the market and whatnot. So I think that was really the first 2 weeks were okay, no, what we had in mind was it's completely different than what we're doing now. So from there, it was, saying, okay, I guess we need to start talking to factories. We need to see how we create a physical product. And I think just navigating all that, the world of operations, shipping, printing was definitely something new and something that I hadn't expected would come in, would present itself in the way of the journey.
Wow. So what are some of the current products that you guys are offering to families today?
So when we first started, we were doing this deep dive. I guess just to take a step back, we do picture books and toys that celebrate diversity and promote cultural awareness, right? So when we first started, the first products were always deep dives into a particular culture. So we first started with a collection on Mexico, a picture book on Mexico, and then some additional toys where you can learn the culture. Then we moved on to China. And then from there, we realized that people were looking for more all-rounded products. One product where you can learn about different cultures. So then from there, we ended up creating our newest product, which we launched on Kickstarter 6 months ago, and we have available now, which it came to market last month, which is the Book of Cultures, which is 120-page picture book with 30 stories from different countries for young readers to discover the world.
That's awesome. That's incredible. So how long did it take for you guys to actually compile those stories and put everything together?
We started working on the idea and trying to meet people and get in contact with people from different countries. I'd say 16 months ago. We talked to a lot of people, gathered a lot of data, started working on some concepts, but then paused everything because we realized it was a very big project. So we thought, we need to make sure that there's a market, the right market fit for it. So we launched it we launched the idea on Kickstarter, raised the money last April, and then from there spend another good 4 months full on, creating the stories, the illustrations, the activity pages, the editing and whatnot.
Okay.
It was a good 1.5 year project.
Yeah, that's a lot of dedication. But
it's a lot of dedication indeed. But it was a super fun project.
Yes, I know. It's a beautiful, beautiful project that's, opening up, like you said, opening up kids' minds to this whole big world. Even though, I know it took me a minute until I actually started to travel the world myself as an adult. A lot of kids, they don't get to see the world. If you're fortunate enough, to have a job maybe in the military or whatever the case is, a lot of kids are exposed that way. And that's a beautiful thing, but everyone doesn't have that experience. So to have a project like this is really amazing, and it's really helping to open up, young people's minds. So I approve.
Yep.
All right, let everybody know the best way to get in contact with you guys, of course, to get these books for their families, for their kids, and of course, if you guys are on social media.
Of course, yeah. You can find the Book of Cultures and all our other products on our website. The URL is worldwidebuddies.com. We ship worldwide. And then you can also follow us, of course, on Instagram and Facebook. Again, Worldwide Buddies, for some hopefully fun content.
Absolutely. Well, much more success to you and your team. I know you guys are going to come out with some more projects as the year comes on. So much more success to you guys. And, definitely
Thank you very, very much.
Yes, not a problem. Keep pushing forward. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much for your love and support. Keeping in mind, anyone to tell you that you can't do what you want to do, you look them square in the face, you tell them, don't believe me. Just watch. Watch what I do. Watch me make it happen. Watch me make history. That's what we're doing this for, the history books. Social media is nice, but real life is so much better. Until next time, you guys.